I got to watch the first few episodes of Chloe last night
Amazing.
and really enjoyed them. You're very good in it. I can't always say that to everyone I interview, but you're great in it. So,
Thank you so
uh,
much.
but, but let's start. She's such a super interesting character. Talk a little bit about Becky and what do you think is motivating her in the series?
I think what motivates Becky is her situation at home. I think her relationship with her mum has had a huge, from birth, has had a huge impact on her, but also it's not a giveaway to say that her mum suffers from early onset, and the inevitable situation of being her carer is one that terrifies Becky and one that she just doesn't want to face it. Essentially, she knows she's going to have to commit to it, but I think the idea of being completely consumed by that is causing her to make these decisions to just avoid that situation, and that is why she throws herself into Chloe essentially and becomes completely submerged in trying to understand what happened, because she'll just do anything to escape that situation at home.
Hmm. And what do you think it shows about this kind of world of social media lurking, which I think is kind of a really interesting kind of
Yeah.
premise to the show? Talk a little bit about that and what you were trying to show there.
Yeah, I think that was one of the aspects of the show that I was really excited about, and I just think, well, yeah, why aren't we exploring this theme? Like, social media is such a huge part of our world culturally across generations, and I think, why aren't we highlighting these behaviorisms, these like 3 o'clock in the morning lying in bed scrolling through your phone? Like, that's something that I think most of us can relate to, and it's not until you see it that you go, oh my god, like, what am I doing? And I think to be a part of, like I say, highlighting these odd behaviours that we've just completely normalised, I was really excited to be a part of that, because I just think, and I pray, that our relationship to social media is just about to turn. I think people are starting to understand how addictive it can be, and that it's not the be all and end all. And it's so easy to think that way. It's so easy to think that likes and followers equate to having a good life, but it's just not true.
Hmm. What was the scene for you that was maybe the most difficult or most meaningful for you to do on the series?
I think any time that I was working with Lisa Palfrey, who played my mum, I think there's just a weight that comes to those scenes, especially because you just know that the situation they're in, people watching could be in the exact same situation, and there's, like I say, there's just an immense weight and pressure to do it justice and to get it right for them, to have it represented in that way. So anytime I was working with Lisa, it was, they were heavy days, but there's something also about, there's something really gratifying about putting them on screen. So they were also my favourite days, but there was just, you could feel it on set. Everyone wanted to get them right.
Yeah, yeah. So finally, what is there something about the character of Becky that maybe you identified with or saw in yourself that kind of helped you play that role?
Yeah, I think Becky sees herself as an outsider, and for whatever reason, I don't know whether it's, yeah, nature or nurture, but I have always felt like a bit of an outsider. I've always felt like, well, I don't really know. I've always been a bit of a floater. Like at school, I was like, oh, I'll go hang out with you today, or now I'll go and do this. I've just never quite felt rooted in any way.
Yeah.
So I completely relate to that, and I really understand what it is to maybe prefer your own company from time to time, but then that can then lead to just instinctively spending too much time alone, and that then it goes the opposite way, and you're like, god, I just need to go and see some people. So I definitely know what it is to, I suppose, be the reason for your own isolation. And again, I think that's why I really, really empathize with her, because I feel like it's really easy to find yourself in that situation. And I just, yeah, I hope if it reaches one person, then that's all that matters.